Question number 4 from Ken Delrich.
I'd like to direct this to Rob, but actually because Rob made a statement about the SCRD, maybe a current member of the SCRD might be better. So I'd like to give Barry a chance at this, as well as remind Rob that the last time we met was up on the mountain when you were bringing a couple of carloads of RCMP officers, and you very cordially introduced them. Hi, this is Ken Dalglish, and this is, so I got to meet some RCMP officers, and then they gave me the affidavit. The citizens of this area were very concerned about the watershed, and they showed their support over that period of time. And I want to congratulate the SCRD for doing what they did. I would like to ask you how you would reconcile your approach to the SCRD in its handling of the watershed issue, how you will protect the 30,000 people who are using the watershed, and with a filtration plant that is already overburdened. And I would ask Barry, is there any credibility to what Rob said about the SCRD cutting old growth trees? Now that might have been Dakota Ridge, it might have been something else, but has the SCRD been cutting old growth in our watersheds? So that's 2 questions.
That's 2 questions from Ken. Rob, do you want to answer the first one? Barry, the second one.
Wow, you're honored. I am quite honored, Ken. Thank you, Barry. To think that I brought 2 carloads of RCMP up the mountain. What can I say? All I can say to Ken is that's absolute nonsense. Right?
Were you there?
And would you like the mic? If you want a question, Steve, you're welcome to stand up and ask it.
Answer the question.
Pardon me?
Steve, wait your turn, please.
As to how it would protect the drinking water for 30,000 people, I would talk about a level playing field. When a tree is felled in the watershed, it doesn't know who fells it, whether it's a forest company or the SCRD. Yes, I have gone into the watershed. Yes, I have looked at the trees that were felled by the SCRD. You can still go up and see 1,000-year-old cypress trees that have been felled by the SCRD. I think it is important, if we really want to protect our water, to protect it completely. In the FOI material I had, one of the things I found was a pooling of water at our water intake. And this was expressed by Triton to the board as a concern because of the pathogens that create when the pooling is there with low water flows. I'd like to hear how the SCRD intends to deal with that.
Thanks, Rob. I'm not going to answer that question. Ken, with regards to the trees the regional district cut in the watershed, I believe you're referring to the ones in Dakota Ridge that were cut for the cross-country trails for the Dakota Ridge Winter Recreation Area. Am I correct?
I'm responding to what Rob's accusation that the SCRD cut trees. He's the one that made the statement, so I'm directing the question back.
I'm assuming that that's what we're talking about. Yeah, there were, I don't know what exactly the number of stems that have been cut, but on the boundary of the watershed, some trees were taken out. It might be 150 meters or something like that in a strip about 10 meters wide, something along that line. But it's a very, very minor area that were removed. You'd have to get that information from the regional district, but it certainly wasn't done for the intention of commercial harvesting. It was done for recreation purposes for Dakota Ridge, I think. Thanks.
Thank you, Barry.